afternoon. You guys don't sound like Caribbean people. I need a little bit more energy. Good afternoon. There we go. We can act like the sun is out, okay? We can act like it. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for coming to City Hall's Caribbean Heritage Month celebration today, June 10th. I am so happy to be welcoming a few of our consuls generals that have traveled from New York, who I will introduce shortly. And I see our Haitian consul general just walked in. Hello. We have a full day today, so we're gonna try to get the flag raising out the way as soon as possible so we can get to the food that I know everybody wants to get to, followed by this very competitive domino tournament that the Dominicans are claiming they're gonna win, and the Puerto Ricans are gonna claim that they're gonna win, Asians are claiming they're winning, Jamaicans are, so we'll see what happens with that. But thank you so much for the steel pan music, Darren Fenty, shout out to you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Before I introduce the CGs, there are a few people I'm gonna have up here with me, including the Director of Cultural Affairs, my office, as well as Chief Dion Irish, somewhere around here, Chief of Operations, Alex. Okay, look at you hiding. And Chief, right there hiding. Hi guys. Okay, so this is my Executive Director of my Office of Cultural Affairs. Long story short, our office has been open for just about a year now.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. You know what, this is Alex Valdez, guys. Let me introduce you guys to Alex.
Thank you. Hello. Well, we bring the heat, we bring the sun, we bring the dance, we bring everything. Happy Caribbean Heritage Month, everyone. I need to hear it. How are we feeling? Okay. Such a pleasure to be here. My name is Alexandra Valdez, and I proudly serve as Executive Director of the Office of Cultural Affairs. Like our amazing Bianca was mentioning, our office has been, well, fairly new, a little bit over a year now, and we have a full team. Where's the rest of the team that's here? Can you please raise your hand? Gladys Oliveros represents our Latinx community. Bianca represents our Caribbean community. Jean Julien, our Haitian advisor. We have Elisu Depina, who's our Cape Verdean, who's back there doing some work. And Hannah, who's also in the back, is helping us on our communications and really aligning a lot of our office. So we are so proud to be here. And most of all, uplifting all the amazing cultures that make our city whole, that make our city one. I always say the summer is my favorite time because we get to see all of our beautiful flags and that flagpole that's right there. We get to see all of our cultures, and we get to see all of the beautiful countries coming together, celebrating one another. And what's so proud is to be able to work for an administration under a mayor that truly values and champions the importance of coming together and celebrating everyone. It is my pleasure to be here today and celebrate today like we did last year, but most of all to celebrate all the beautiful accomplishments of our Caribbean community. And let's see who wins this Domino's tournament, because I am super excited. Thank you all so much for being here and really excited to share today with all of you.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you very much. And while I have them up here, Chief Dion Irish, who hails from Antigua. So City Hall is full of Caribbean staff, by the way. I mean, the mayor's entire cabinet, I feel like, is Haitian. Shout out to my Haitian peoples. So many Dominicans, so many Jamaicans, so many people from the Caribbean, and Chief Dion Irish hails from Antigua. I like to call Chief Irish Antigua and Barbuda. Antigua and Barbuda. Thanks for calling me out, Andrew. You're so good at that. You are so good at that. Okay. All right, Chief Irish, here.
Thanks, Bianca. They always say Trinidad and Tobago. Why they keep forgetting Barbuda? It's Antigua and Barbuda. But thank you for correcting that, Andrew. And it's so great to be here today. As someone who was born in Antigua, I've been here in Boston, and I'm sure you guys still detect an accent. Yeah, I still have it. But I've been here since age 11. And as a child growing up, watching movies, TV shows about America, I was so excited to migrate here and live in Boston. But when I came here, it was not the experience that I expected. We were not accepted at the time. You know, made fun of because you had an accent, you didn't have on the cool clothes, because we were used to wearing uniforms. We didn't have all these clothes to keep up with the latest fashion. So it was difficult, and I actually wanted to go back home. So many times I complained to my mother about going back home. but is so happy to see the progress that we made in the 90s. In the 2000s, you couldn't even tell who was Caribbean by birth or just by association. We used to call people Jamaicans because at that point, Caribbean culture was just a part of Boston culture and everybody wanted to be Caribbean culture. Now we're at a time where it's not just about acceptance, we're actually celebrating the Caribbean community in Boston in a way that we've never ever done before. It is so great today to see all these consul generals from so many different countries here represented. It's so great to drive up and down Blue Hill Avenue and see the flags of every single Caribbean island being shown. It's amazing that we have an Office of Cultural Affairs now, and we have a liaison dedicated specifically to the Caribbean American community. So I am so happy and proud that we're here today, and I can't wait for us to raise the flag and eat some good food. And for the Domino Tournament, Antigua and Barbuda will be just observers today. Unfortunately, our Consul General had to leave this morning, so you guys basically gonna catch a break. But thank you all for being here, and I look forward to the rest of today's events.
Thank you, Chief Irish. Thank you so much. So while we still await the mayor's arrival, I do want to welcome the floor to our CGs who have traveled, most who have traveled from New York. I'll go ahead and list their names. So we have Mr. Rondi McIntosh, representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have Mr. Jeremiah Hyacinth, representing St. Lucia. We have Mr. Michael Brazon, representing Grenada. And then right here in Boston, we have Mr. Timothy Downs, representing Barbados. We have Miss Regine Etienne, representing IT. And lastly, I believe he's here, we have Mr. Antonio Almonte from La República Dominicana. Awesome. All right, so I want to welcome the floor up to you guys in case you guys have any words that you want to share with your Caribbean community here. You're more than welcome to. Should I start calling names out? Mr. Hyacinth, you're very good at this, so I want to call you out first. All right, guys, welcome Mr. Jeremiah Hyacinth from St. Lucia.
Hello, thank you. I'll be very brief, but I must say that I am truly honored to be here representing St. Lucia, the land of Julia and Alfred.
Yes, that's right. Fastest woman in the world.
Fastest woman in the world. But I am truly grateful that the mayor's office has made a concerted effort to reach out to the Caribbean diaspora and engage us, not just reaching out, but engage us in a meaningful way, and always thinking of us, having flag raisings, and I must say kudos to Bianca for being relentless in ensuring that we're here today. And so it means a lot to me, and so it has got me to think of the importance of having events in Boston and engaging the St. Lucian community here. But I'm truly happy that your office has also taken time to celebrate what it is to be Caribbean. I am honored as a St. Lucian. I always speak to my roots as a St. Lucian, and engaging us as St. Lucian means a lot to me, and also to my colleagues who are from St. Vincent, and name it, they'll speak shortly. But I am truly honored that we're taking time to celebrate what makes us unique, that we're Caribbean folks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hyacinth. Then should I call up Mr. Rodney McIntosh? St. Vincent and the Grenadines, everybody.
Thank you very much, thank you. To the mayor's office and your staff, we would like to say a heartfelt thank you for putting this together. This month is Caribbean Heritage Month, and the CGs will tell you that we have tons of invitation all over the country. Today alone we had invitation from Philadelphia and you name it. There's so many invitations, but we chose to come here to Boston. And that's because, we recognize what the mayor's office is doing for our diasporans from the region, from the Caribbean, and how we are being celebrated for our efforts and what we are doing to add to the fabric and the culture of what Boston has become. Now, I am in my position now for 3 years, and outside of where I live in New York, Boston is the city I visited most since I'm here, because it is that special. We have our students doing school here, come here for graduation, and all sorts of different stuff. Now, when I walk in today, I realize that the balloons are in the national colors of the national flag of St. Lucia. I was a bit, disappointed. But I'm seeing the blue and the gold, which represents St. Vincent. Just the green is missing. So, we'll give them, give them that. Yes, but to my Caribbean people and those, who are here, the Americans, the Native Americans, and wherever you're from, the diaspora has made America what it is. Because the vast majority of people here, they came from elsewhere, the descendants, and we are all one. We must embrace each other, look out for each other, and make sure that we can, in fact, make America what it is and supposed to be with the efforts of every human being that ends up on this soil. Wish you the very best. Enjoy the rest of the evening celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McIntosh. Thank you so much. And next we have Mr. Michael Brazon, hailing from the Spice Island, Grenada. Woo!
Thank you, Bianca. Good afternoon all, and greetings from Grenada. My engagement with the Mayor's Office Boston started just over a year ago. And I must say that on every occasion we were welcome here. It was easy working with the Mayor's Office. We are happy that you have invited us once again to participate in this event. Our numbers here are not much, because of course our numbers overall, judging from the population that we have at home, which is just over 100,000. So our numbers here are not small, but I must remind you that small is not always by the way you measure us. For instance, and I'm not advertising, but probably I am advertising, we have Zaz in town. And he has made his mark, and so too, other Grenadians are making their mark, just like other Caribbean people are making their mark. We wish that we recognize the contribution that each island made to the fabric of Boston. And we encourage that we continue to make our mark. Today is only one other milestone, measure point, at which we recognize the contributions. The flag raising today, and of course the domino tournament. Should I speak about that? The domino tournament and the flag raising is another effort on the part of the Mayor's Office here in Boston to have us participate and recognize our contribution towards building the city of Boston, the state and city of Boston. So, as we go forward later today, and as we continue to work with you and your staff and your team, we thank you for having us. And as C.G. McIntosh said, it's a busy period for us, but in spite of that, we have chosen to be in Boston, and that says a lot, because you say a lot to us. And so in turn, we wish to reciprocate the goodwill that you extended to us. I thank you for having us here. I encourage our Grenadian people, and of course, every Caribbean national, to continue to participate in the development of Boston. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brazon. Thank you so much. And now I want to welcome the Honorary Consul of Barbados. So just to give you guys a little bit of a backdrop. So me as Caribbean Culture Advisor, I'm responsible for 35 countries and territories. We also have the Latino countries, La República Dominicana, Puerto Rico, and Cuba that falls under our Latino Culture Advisor. So that's not necessarily my responsibility. And then of course we have Haiti, who has your own Haitian culture advisor. So everybody else falls under me. So the closest consulates for us, for all the countries that I represent, is in New York. Hence why these wonderful gentlemen, these CGs, have traveled over, and they continue to travel to build relationships with Boston that falls under their jurisdiction. So, Mr. Timothy Downs from Barbados, he's an honorary consul here in Boston for Barbados. Welcome, Timothy. Hi, CG.
Good afternoon. As a resident of Boston for over 50 years, I want to welcome my fellow colleagues, consuls, and from around the country. It gives me great pleasure to stand here on behalf of Barbados and to let everyone know that we are the #1 country in the Caribbean. Beautiful Barbados. If you haven't gone there yet, please try to do that. It's been a pleasure working with James and Bianca and the rest of the staff here with the mayor's office. My experience here working for the last several years has been always pleasant, and I hope to continue in that vein for many more years to work with the mayor and the staff here in Boston. Once again, welcome to Boston. I hope you enjoy your stay while you're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Downs. Thank you, CG. And lastly, of course, because the women have to go last because we're the best, we have our CG from IT. We have the DR. Yes, we have the República Dominicana too. So let me stick to what I'm saying. All right, ladies first. Let me stick to the program then. All right, Miss Regine Winsa Etienne. She's the Haitian Consul General here in Boston. All right.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, dear members of the Caribbean community, it's okay.
Yeah.
It is a great honor it is with a great honor that I represent Haiti today at this double celebration of Caribbean Heritage Month, the rise of the flag, and its very first Dominoes tournament. I would like to thank the Mayor's Office for this beautiful initiative. This Domino tournament is not only a leisure moment, it is a living tribute to our tradition, our culture, and spirit of brotherhood that unites the Caribbean people. I would like to congratulate the organizer and all the participants for this first edition, which celebrates so well that we have in common the joy, resilience, and pride of our origin. Again, thank you to Boston City Hall for this beautiful recognition. Thank you to all of you who carry high the colors of our nations and our culture. Together, let us continue to bring the soul of the Caribbean to life here and whatever it has taken root. Thank you so much. Happy celebration to you all.
Thank you, CG Etienne. And I think I heard that our council president is here. Our council president, Miss Ruthie LeJeune. Fun fact, guys, if you guys already don't know, she comes from IT, so a very important Caribbean person here at City Hall. Okay. Hi.
Hi. Thank you, Bianca. Good afternoon, everyone. Don't we have a beautiful summer day here in the city of Boston to raise the Caribbean flag? This is a beautiful day. I don't see Andrew Sharp, but just want to make sure, is Andrew here? Wanted to shout out the work of Andrew Sharp and the Authentic Caribbean Authentic Foundation for all the work that they do. Want to shout out the team here at City Hall that makes this possible. Bianca and Reggie, my fellow island man, and Alex and Chief Irish, and our mayor, who will be on our way. It's a joy for me to celebrate Caribbean American Heritage Month And it's beautiful to see that we have so many people representing the islands, from Antigua to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to St. Lucia to Trinidad and Tobago. Sweet, sweet TNT. Where's sweet, sweet TNT? Are they here? Okay. Coming later. To Grenada, Barbados, our consul here from Haiti, Regina Etienne, thank you for being with us again. We actually, May is Haitian Heritage Month, so we saw each other a lot in May, and we continue to see each other. And to the Dominican Republic, I want to make sure and hope that even as people change at the federal level and values change at the federal level, we don't change who we are. We are still a city that is vibrant, that is strong because of our Caribbean brethren, right? And so we are grateful for our Caribbean folks who work here in City Hall, who are in the healthcare industry, who are in education, who are in transportation. And we know that our parents who came here came and sacrificed so much so that our stories could be possible, so that we could have opportunity. But also, for so many of us remaining connected to the island. I'm very grateful growing up that my parents always brought me to Haiti, so I had a sense of self. And I know for so many of you, you either go back often or bring your kids back. And thank you for the imprint that you leave on the city of Boston. I know that we have people who traveled here to be with us from New York. I heard rumors about a Domino's tournament. Is that happening?
Yep, it's happening. Okay, all right. Watch out for Team Haiti. I know everybody's a champ. And I also know on the Boston City Council, I don't see him here, but our Councilor Worrell and Councilor Mejia, Councilor Worrell, who is of Jamaican and Barbados descent, fought vigorously for an office to make sure that we could have Caribbean representation here at the city. So happy Caribbean American Heritage Month. It's a joy to be with all of you to celebrate the fullness of who we are. We can celebrate each other and celebrate who we are collectively. And this is a moment where we do so. So thank you. Happy Caribbean American Heritage Month. And do I pass it off to Councilor Pepin?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, Councilor Pepin is here, also representing Dominican Republic alongside two other colleagues who are of Dominican descent. It's a joy. I don't know what kind of food we have here, whether we got jerk chicken or roti or bus up shot. A goat stew, a mix.
We got
Okay.
Haitian, Jamaican, everything.
Okay, well, I'm hungry and excited to eat. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Council President Lejeune. Councilor Pepin, before I get to you, this is the perfect segue. I want to introduce the CG of La República Dominicana here in Boston, Senor Antonio Almonte.
Thanks very much. I do prefer to speak in Spanish. You see? Alexandra will help me.
Yes. I will try my best.
Go for the mark.
Muchas gracias a las autoridades de la alcaldía de Boston por la invitación que han hecho al Consulado General de la República Dominicana en esta ciudad.
I would like to thank the mayor's office and all elected officials for the invitation to our consulate here in City Hall today.
Además, para nosotros, como dominicanos, como caribeños, siempre ha sido un honor y un placer compartir con los representantes o hijos de las hermanas islas y pueblos de todo el Caribe, que son nuestros vecinos y con los cuales compartimos piezas fundamentales de la historia de este lado del mundo.
For us Dominicans, it's always a pleasure to unite, but most of all celebrate our brothers and sisters from all our neighboring islands, and the importance of uplifting and working together to celebrate the Caribbean culture.
En el caso de la República Dominicana, y creo que también naciones como Cuba, Puerto Rico, Panamá, pero sobre todo la del Caribe, las islas, la diferencia de lengua no ha sido un obstáculo importante para la comunicación y el intercambio. Por consiguiente, estar aquí en esta reunión, en esta actividad organizada de manera certera por la alcaldía de Boston, es la continuación del fortalecimiento de nuestras relaciones históricas.
Places like Puerto Rico, Cuba, and others that also have so much to bring, but also the fact that language has never been a barrier to have us here today. The fact that language brings us together, and events like this as well unites us as one, and being able to share this space here in City Hall is a testament of how much work we can do together collectively.
Particularmente la República Dominicana es muy agradecida de la ciudad de Boston, de toda la región de Nueva Inglaterra, puesto que la segunda mayor cantidad de dominicanos en el exterior reside en Nueva Inglaterra, particularmente en Boston, Providence, Lawrence, etc. Y los dominicanos en Boston han contribuido al desarrollo de los dominicanos en nuestra isla, pero al propio tiempo la comunidad de dominicanos en Boston ha contribuido de alguna manera a fortalecer algunos aspectos culturales, incluyendo el deporte, en Massachusetts y en toda Nueva Inglaterra.
We are very thankful for the city of Boston and what it brings to the Dominican community. The Dominican community has not only showcased when it comes to business, sports, but is also very thankful for its home. Dominicans in Boston, the Boston community and Dominican community in Boston represent the second largest in Massachusetts, alongside with Lawrence, Providence. And we are beyond thankful for all the accomplishments that the Dominicans in Boston have done. From arts and culture, to opening businesses, to giving back to the community, we are very thankful for the hospitality that Boston has brought us.
En nuestra condición de cónsul general, tenemos en este caso en la región de Nueva Inglaterra la máxima representación del Estado Dominicano y del gobierno de la República Dominicana. Y en ese sentido queremos reiterar la apertura, la disposición de colaboración, de compartir que tenemos en nuestra oficina, en nuestro consulado, con todas las comunidades que pertenezcan a las islas del Caribe, hermanas, presentes en esta reunión. Nosotros tenemos muchas cosas que nos vinculan, aparte de las referidas, pero yo, por mi experiencia particular, recuerdo que a veces estando en ocasiones en algunos países de Europa, me preguntaba en mi juventud, bueno, ¿y dónde yo consigo alimentos de los que estoy acostumbrado a comer en mi país?
Sorry. Don't remember. As one of the consul general offices here in Boston, we wanted, most of all mention the collaboration and wanted to collaborate with all the other islands here. But most of all, reinforce everything that we can do together and bringing all of our communities together and working together. As the office is located in Boston, please use the office as a way of convening, a way to come together, and a way of us sharing ideas and uplifting all of the different Caribbean islands.
Sí, y entonces, en ese sentido, a través de los alimentos comunes típicos del Caribe, incluyendo República Dominicana, uno logró no solamente alimentarse, sino también cultivar relaciones. Y los principales y primeros amigos que hice en algunos países que llegaba hace muchos años fueron precisamente compañeros y amigos de las islas del Caribe que compartíamos, cocinábamos juntos, etcétera, etcétera. Quiere decir que
when he would visit places in Europe where he was stationed before Boston, a lot of his teammates and workmates were from the Caribbean countries, and they bonded over their love for food. And they bonded over the love of sharing culture with one another, because food brings us together and food binds us together. Language was not a barrier, but we celebrated and collaborated over food.
Significa que para nosotros, aparte la música, lenguaje y otras manifestaciones culturales que a veces diferencian pueblos, también hay que tomar en cuenta el tema o la dimensión de compartir alimentos comunes, costumbres alimenticias comunes que fortalecen y facilitan nuestras relaciones. Un abrazo a todos, muchas gracias a las autoridades de la alcaldía de Boston y felicito a Alessandra y a todos sus compañeros y compañeras por la organización de esta actividad. Muchas gracias.
As we come together and we celebrate, but also think of that we should be celebrating our traditions together. We should be celebrating what unites us. and a way of thinking of how we can work together. I thank the City of Boston and everyone who's here for putting up this event, but most of all for inviting me and the Dominican Republic Consulate to be able to share this moment with all of you. Thank you so much, and offers a big hug, and thank you to everyone here.
Wow, muchas gracias, Señor Antonio Almonte. Mucho gusto. All right, last but not least, we have, Pepin, we're ready for you now, see, Councilor Pepin. Everybody, hailing from La República Dominicana as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. For me, it's a pleasure to be here with you all. My name is Enrique Pepin, Boston City Council for District 5. That's Mattapan, Hyde Park, and Rosendale. And you know, when I think about that district, I think about the beautiful diversity that we have in the city of Boston. I always like to look at the data and the number in the city of Boston. And my district is actually home to the highest homeowner rate from Caribbean islands in the entire city. We have Haitians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Barbados, and so many more that make our community beautiful every single day. And when I think about my Caribbean background, I was born here. I wasn't born in Dominican Republic. So I went to school in Boston Public Schools. And I think about my friends. I think about one of my best friends, Oliver Pruden, who's from Haiti. I think about my parents' upstairs neighbor on the 3rd floor that's from Trinidad. I think about the fact that I used to hang out with my boy Andy that's from Jamaica, literally bringing oxtail to the O'Brien for lunch. And being able to share each other's culture. And being able to understand that no matter the fact that we may come from different parts of the world, different parts of just the Caribbean, we share a lot of the same values. And like the counselor said, we may speak different languages, but that shared history is the same. Of leaving our beautiful, I don't know why my dad left Dominican Republic. Beautiful weather, beautiful beaches, same with different cultures. But like, our families decided to leave and call Boston home. And to be able to say we are here now working together, different countries or different cultures, but making sure that we are improving the life of our people here in Boston. Looking at the mayoral administration and so many people from different parts of the Caribbean, the city council itself, our staff members, we are working every single day to make sure that our city is a welcoming place for our people. We're making sure that we are uplifting our culture day after day. So thank you so much to the organizers, to Andrew, thank you so much for always keeping me on tack with my data of Caribbean communities and holding me accountable. But seriously, to everyone, thank you so much for being here. Let's continue to celebrate each other, because this is what this is about. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Pepin. And I know Council President Lejeune shouted Brian Worrell already, but I believe Miss Angela Yard is here from Brian Worrell's office. If you are, raise your hand. Okay, all right, she was here earlier. Next, so before we wrap up here, before we raise the flag and we say the proclamation, I just want to give you guys a heads up, a reminder that we do have Nucarta. Their installation, their Caribbean art installation, is in the mezzanine. Shout out to Nucarta. We have Caribbean artists with their work from Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, several islands. So make sure you check that out before we proceed for our Caribbean lunch. I want to make sure that I introduce James Coleman, who is the Director of Global Affairs. I'm surprised he hasn't had the mic yet. All right, James.
Thank you for the incredible job you're doing, Bianca. Good morning. Bonjour tout le monde. Ça qu'a fait? Exactly. You guys have to learn that by now. Ça qu'a fait? Indeed. Good morning, everyone. I am so grateful to see all of you guys here today on such an important occasion, especially despite the fact that it's raining out here. For those of you that have traveled all the way from New York, you forgot one thing. You forgot to bring the sunshine of the Caribbean with you. But then again, we all have to be blamed for that one. So on behalf of the mayor, I have a proclamation on behalf of the mayor that I'd like to present right now. The mayor's running behind a little bit, sorry. Whereas Caribbean American Heritage Month is celebrated annually in the United States during the month of June. The month was established to recognize and celebrate the contributions of Caribbean immigrants and their businesses and their descendants to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States, and promote cultural understanding and appreciation. And whereas Caribbean Americans have made our community more innovative and more prosperous, they have enriched our arts and culture, our public institutions, and our economy. And whereas the Caribbean community contributes greatly to the rich history and diversity of the city of Boston, established and distinguished itself through the efforts of many organizations, businesses, and community participation. And whereas many Caribbean are the front lines as nurses, doctors, elected officials, restaurant workers, bus drivers, cab drivers, police officers, firefighters, and emergency workers. We put their lives on the line every day to protect all residents of Boston. And whereas during the Caribbean American Heritage Month, we celebrate the legacy and impact of Caribbean Americans who enrich our neighborhoods every day. Now, therefore, I, Michelle Wu, Mayor of the City of Boston, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2025 to be Caribbean American Heritage Month in the City of Boston. On this 10th day of June 2025, and in recognition of Caribbean American Heritage Month, I ordered the Property Management Department to raise the Caribbean American Heritage flag on the third flagpole on City Hall Plaza in place of the City of Boston flag. Signed, Michelle Wu, Mayor of Boston, June 10, 2025. Woo! And as the mayor would say, Lakai c'est Lakai in Haitian Creole, you belong, we all belong here. I'll turn it over to Bianca now.
All right, so normally when it's not raining outside, we raise the flag as soon as we say this proclamation. Okay, all right, we're gonna pass the mic around a few times before we head over to the courtyard. So yes, the mayor is running behind, however, she will be meeting us in the courtyard, okay? Chief Irish, let me pass this over to you.
Thank you, Bianca. So before we ask you to join us in raising the flag and get some food, because I know people like Mr. Ulrich, Dr. Ulrich over there has been waiting on the food for quite some time. I want to just shout out and give thanks to some people who made today happen as well. Darren Fenty, give it up for him. He was playing pan for us earlier. Also, we talked about all the flags on Blue Ave. I want to also highlight some people who from the community who made that happen. Like Jessica Reynoso, who did the design. And Mr. Andrew Shaw from the Authentic Caribbean Foundation. He was the driving force behind getting those flags up. And last but not least, I want to recognize a person who was a part of the reason why we even have a Caribbean American Heritage Month in the United States, Mr. Ronald Lammy. So with that said, now we're going to ask you to join us over at the flagpole. We're going to ask Council President Louisiana to help us to start cranking up the flag, and then we're going to go inside, have some food, and then we'll have the domino tournament.